Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Goat Force Gaming channel where we play the roguelikes and the roguelites. Folks, I am back with a game that you will instantly recognize because we have been playing it on the channel so much and enjoying it so much. I'm back with another run in Death Must Die.
Sin can
We
never.
not only have a mighty onyx dragon joining us for this run due to a piece of gear that we have, but I can also tell you that this is going to include another legendary capability. It's a watch party, folks. I'm watching along with you. The way I play Death Must Die is I just turn the recorder on, I log a bunch of runs, and I wait until I get something that I think is pretty special. And it just so happens that this is going to be one of those runs. I didn't necessarily come in with this build in mind, but as it developed over the course of the run, what I found out is that we were putting together a legendary heat-seeking Pestilence shotgun. So what we're going to do is evolve Maris's stock attack over time, and the projectiles are going to multiply in volume and spread all kinds of status effects. And it's amazing. So we're gonna all enjoy this run together. We're gonna drink some coffee because, gosh, would it even be a Goat Force Gaming video if coffee wasn't mentioned? How dare you? I'm offended at the thought of it. So cheers to you. I hope you've got something good going in your cup. I've got a nice dark roast here that I'm enjoying. Hope you've got something good, if it's a tea or a coffee, something you like, something warm that's joining you along the way. So cheers to you. We are coming off the Thanksgiving Day. I talked a little bit about the epic meal that we had in the latest Below the Stone video. But I'll tell you what, we ate tremendously well. And truth be told, when I initially came into this run, my goal was to side quite a bit with the fire goddess, because there's a legendary running around out there that I still, to this day, have not seen, but I've heard it talked about, where basically it procs a circle of fire. And I'd really like to see that. So that was the initial goal. But eventually I saw that, you know, things weren't going to go that way. So I thought, well, you know, maybe what we want to do is go for some kind of summon build, because we've already got the Onyx Dragon. We've got some necromancy happening at this point. We've already kind of sided with Mort. And so it's a little bit of a mishmash. One of you wrote in the other day, I think it was Sabi B, about one of the builds that I put together. I think it was the Captain Planet build, which was quite fun. And Sabi B pointed out that, you know, this was maybe more so a random bullshit go run, which is such a great meme, by the way. And I don't disagree. I really don't. I think that I would attribute some of that, if not most of that, to the fact that you really don't know who's going to pop in terms of the gods. And, you know, you either have a lot of capabilities to re-roll and banish and alter, or you don't. And some of the gear builds that I've used do have those opportunities. And, you know, right now I think I've put more of the gear into magnesis. I know that won't shock a lot of you that have watched me play bullet heaven after bullet heaven. Magnesis is always something I go pretty heavy in. I like seeing the damn gems flow into me. It really does it for me. And we just totally melted the slime party here. I mean, you can see the Onyx Dragon doing its thing. The rupturing is looking really good at this point. And there it is. Malady has joined us. So now all of the enemies that die that have a status effect are going to spread that status effect within an area of 800. And this is where things started to get even more ridiculous. Because we've got multiple projectiles. They're already heat-seeking due to the sign that I'm utilizing with Maris. And so I thought, okay, let's look for even more ways to spread things like Curse and Fire and any other status effects that we can throw out there, while also looking for opportunities to build upon experience and our capability to level up that much faster. And it just really started to come together. And then this happened. Remember that shotgun we were talking about? +3 to the projectiles. Now, I was thinking about the critical strike it just for a moment. But then I thought, well, wait a second. These are heat-seeking projectiles. Let's just make this a nasty projectile party. And now you're seeing it happen. And look at when these guys go down in the bigger groups and how those status effects just spread due to that legendary ability. I do have some equipment that helps proc the leveled up rarity opportunities. You know, where you can go from novice to adept, adept to expert, and so on and so forth. But I still don't think I've got a handle on the best way to have masters pop, and then for the masters to be blessed with the legendary capability. And I wonder if there's going to be more of a path to that with upcoming gear. I also wonder if we're going to see gear at some point that is more directly aligned to one of the deities, right? So maybe there's going to be Mort branded gear, where if you're wearing it, Mort is going to be, 40% more likely to show up. Because some of us like to come in with a particular build set in mind where that would be nice. That would be nice to have. Again, just looking for more ways to create status effects there. And we didn't have the chains yet. So it made sense to do that. And then you know how those chunky enemies can be, where they've got a little bit of the barrier there, the blue stuff in the health bar. You build up that capability a little bit more, and it's like they're not even wearing armor. It's a beautiful thing. Just really took them right to Melty Town here. Take a sip here, because I can. We're hands-free mode at this point. Isn't that exciting? I know we had the Scotty run the other day with the Captain Planet build, which, if you didn't see, that was a fun one too. You can find that in the Death Must Die watch list, or perhaps I'll even pop it at the end there so you can check it out. We'll make it extra easy for you to find.
Not that you're
I enjoyed
there.
playing as another character, but I'll tell you what, when I loaded up as Maris again, it just feels like going home. You know, if you know, you know. And some of you know. A lot of you might know. Maris is just fantastic. And I think one of the other things that I hope to see, and I hear this from a lot of you in the comments, that you wish the other melee characters would be a little bit more unique, right? We can all agree that one of these things isn't like the other, and that's Maris. All the other melee builds, you know, they're pretty similar, and I hear you. And I'm hoping that throughout the early access period, you know, maybe they make some changes, maybe they add some other characters that we never even thought could be coming. You know, how about an archer? And I know that would be another projectile character, but maybe an archer. Something like that. You know, another ranged character. And I was thinking about this too. What other gods would you be interested in seeing? Because I'm sure that's got to be on their mind as well. Now, this is all conjecture, by the way. I do not have the inside scoop, although I wish I did.
Need a sickle
Maybe
to
at
face
some
this?
point I'll try and get out there and do some sleuthing and maybe try and get the inside scoop a little bit, right? But I think that could be interesting, having additional gods and maybe some different types of abilities, maybe an earth type of ability. And I'm just going through the elements in my brain. You know, they could do something with wind as well. Kind of already covered water as part of the ice stuff. I know curse kind of works like a poison, but you know, I wouldn't hate other opportunities to do weird types of damage over time from some kind of god that sides with poison. To the hell with it. Maybe we need Medusa to show up, just turn some dudes into stone. That wouldn't be bad, would it? I know, I'm getting all kinds of ridiculous now. At the same time, though, they encourage folks to break these types of games. So if you give us more toys to play with, there's even more opportunity to cause curse. If you give us more toys to play with, then there's even more of an opportunity to break things, right? I think so. Maybe. Maybe. It'll be interesting to see what they do. My other big curiosity about the game is zones. Is there going to be another zone? And what are they going to do with that outside area? There's got to be something that's going to go on out there. Look at the spread. Did you see that group that just passed and then they spread the fire? I love it. It was so much fun. Now, I would encourage you to put a build like this together. Try and do the things that you need to do in order for Malady to randomly show up. Because it resulted in some really fun chaos that affected them for the most part. I was just out there watching it all happen, and it was beautiful. So we have the blue ocean of slimes, and this is another true test of where the build is at, because you've got 8 minutes to go until Drac shows up. Well, 7, I guess, because math. And it's a good opportunity when the slime part 2 shows up. And at this point, I knew that we were quite the wrecking crew. And things had really come together nicely. The bats doing their thing. Look, listen to me. Bats, we talked about this before. Cravens, crow ravens. If you know, you know. Some of you know. We get to do Thanksgiving Part 2 tomorrow. It's the bigger one on my wife's side. And, you know, I think this is going to be the first year in a long, long time that I don't submit a turkey of my own into the contest. We've just been super busy lately, and I've been putting a lot of time into the channel. I appreciate all of you so much. The channel is growing, and we're on a good streak here, and you know, it feels good to be on a streak. It just, you feel supported, and it really puts energy in your cup. And so I want to make sure we've got plenty of content for you all to watch and enjoy. And if you are enjoying this video so far, I appreciate that. Do us all a favor. It helps the video be seen by more and more people. If you're enjoying what you see, hit that like button. It'll help the video go out to more viewers. Because more viewers need to see the legendary heat-seeking Pestilence shotgun. I know, it's a mouthful. It absolutely is. Yeah. I thought about running to the store to see if I could get, you know, a turkey or even a turkey breast. I mean, at this point, it would probably be a turkey breast because a lot of the turkeys are frozen. That just won't work. It's hard to get a fresh turkey where I'm at. So I think the window is closing rapidly, and it's probably not going to happen. And look at this, another projectile. Wow. I had talked to my brother-in-law yesterday because I saw him at Thanksgiving, and you know, a lot of times we'll kind of co-submit a turkey for the contest. And I said, you know, we really have to get back to doing the mango habanero turkey. We just inject this homemade mango habanero sauce that we put together, and we pump in as much as the turkey will accept. I have this gigantic food grade needle, flavor injector, if you will. I call it Dr. Love because of course I do. So we fill Dr. Love up with the mango habanero, and we inject the breasts and the legs and a little bit in the wing because, you know, the wings are so large on a turkey that you can fill those things up quite a bit. And then, you know, you let it sit for 24 hours so that it can distribute all of that flavor throughout the turkey. And then on game day, you try to pat it down as dry as you can, but, you know, sometimes that's hard with the injection. You lower it down into the vat of hot grease. And it's a miracle. And so we did this one years ago. We always do something, something silly that, when you hear about it, you go, wait, what? A mango habanero turkey? What? What did you guys do? We did it one year, and one of the folks that shows up, she really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. And every year after that, she would come up to me and say, hey, did you do the mango habanero this time? And I said, no. We, this year we did a Thai peanut turkey. We did that one year too. That was out of this world. With Chinese mustard on the side. Oh my goodness. Just crazy. Anyway, she always used to ask, did you guys do the mango habanero? She loved it. And unfortunately, she has passed. And she was known for a dish. She made this cranberry pink fluff stuff. Imagine an epic jello of sorts. And so he and I were talking about how, if not this year, 'cause he's very busy too, if not this year, then next year, we've got to do something in her honor. We've got to bring back the pink fluff, and we've got to bring back the mango hab turkey. Probably won't be this time, but next year, we're going to have to do it in her honor. That'll be special.
Bones to ashes.
But it's going to be a special get-together anyways. I'm guessing there's going to be, 4 or 5 turkeys and somewhere between 40 and 50 people. And it's just a good, ridiculous time with a bunch of great family and friends that are there to be merry and eat their asses off. Because, my goodness, there's going to be a lot of epic food. But no olives in the stuffing, right? If you know, you know. Some of you were there for that video. And you know. It'll be great. Looking forward to seeing everybody. It's been a minute. Yeah, we have, and we're lucky. I consider us lucky because some folks, they're like, oh God, it's the holidays. Get together with family. We don't have that. Everybody gets along, thankfully. But I get it, it's just not that way for everybody. Sometimes these can be anxiety-filled moments in time, this time of year. I feel for you folks. I really do. Thankfully, we've got a lot of games like this one to just wrap ourselves up in. And a lot of cozier games too. We checked out that Cuisinier the other day that I do want to play more of. Okay. Can we just appreciate what's happening here? Look at the spread. I mean, you see where the projectiles are going. The spread of malady everywhere. It's beautiful. The projectiles are only going, so far. The malady is what's spreading a lot of this. And I was so glad that I built up the fire capability and the curse capability. Goodness, if we could have just got our way into some chill as well, that would have been great. Spread that also. We would have had all sides covered at that point, because we also had Bleed, the rupture capability. It was epic. And at this point I was thinking, my goodness, if I only had more magnesis. But at least that popped. That was good timing on that. Move around a little bit faster. And I'll tell you too, it doesn't matter what kind of build I have going. I'm always kind of fearful of Dracula because he gets me with those projectiles. Like right there. And if you take too many of those, it's not take this and call me in the morning. It's see you later. Lights out. But this was just an epic build. I would encourage you again to give this a try. Look at the DPS on some of those and the overall damage. What a run. I always like to check out the mythic gear that dropped. See if I've got a use for it for Maris or, you know, the other characters that don't get used as much. I love a good passive experience gain. One of these days, I am going to put together a passive experience gang build. And I know I've only been playing on the Starcrux 2, but the mythic gear still does show up in the vendor's shop, and so I like taking a look at that as well to see if there's anything I can't live without. I do like the rarity upgrade offers. I do think that leads to more masters and legendaries, but great run, folks. I appreciate you hanging out, and we'll see you next time out on the Goat Force Gaming channel. You take care.